Hello, it's John. This is an upgrade video, not a repair video. I got two of these Shimano Crestfires that I'm using right now, and I found a bearing upgrade kit from HPR Bearings. I'm waiting on them to come in, but I'm going to upgrade these. I actually have like 8 bait casters over here. I'm going to upgrade and start using. So, let's take it apart. I don't have to take it like all the way apart because we're just doing a bearing upgrade. So unless I see a problem in there, I don't have to take them very far down. I do see a problem with this line. Is going to aggravate me. So I want to show you how I deal with that on bait casters. With spinning reels, is pretty easy to fix. Not a problem at all. Bait casters, because you can't really put a rubber band or something around the spool, you know, you got to do a little bit different setup with it. So, all right. What I do is cut you a piece of good quality electrical tape, put on there, and pull the tape around. This thing's got a backlash, believe it or not. Can you believe that? A bait caster with a backlash. That's going to aggravate the snot out of me in itself. We're going to fix it though. I'm going to clip that off. That's just a tagline. Probably 10 or 12 pound test on this thing, I guess. Why is it like that? Oh, you aggravating thing. I probably should clip that off of there. That's going to aggravate me when I go to put it back together. We'll do this. It'll be all right. Just notice my pliers are so greasy I can't even use them. All right. We're going to do 2 of them, but I'm only going to take one apart right now. Let's get the Phillips head out. I have a total of 4 Bantams. No, 5 Bantams that I'm going to add bearings to, and 1 Daiwa. I really like fishing with these old reels. Yeah, they're not as smooth and instant anti-reverse like the new stuff, but I just like the feel of these old things. Of course, that's what I spent all my time fishing with when I was doing a lot of fishing. I'm not saying the new stuff's not an upgrade over this. It is an upgrade, but these things are hard to beat too. They've caught a lot of fish over the years. So, of course, on the Bantams, the star is reverse thread. On the left, what am I talking about? Okay, on a Shimano, when you spin the drag in reverse, that loosens the drag. On a Daiwa, let me show you how it is. On a Daiwa, if you spin the drag forward like you would to tighten it, on a Shimano, it's loose. You have to go backwards. So back in the day, you were either a Daiwa baitcaster guy or you were a Shimano baitcaster guy, or Quantum if that's what you chose. But if not, this would confuse the crap out. It tells you on there. It tells you on there, but it's backwards. They didn't have to tell you on Shimano because they made it normal. Thanks, Daiwa. This has a bearing in it. Maybe I upgrade this one already. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? That would be really, really funny. I'm over here making a video about upgrading the reel I've already done. And I literally wouldn't know because I haven't cast this reel yet. Since I rebuilt it probably 2 years ago. This bass fishing thing is it's new. I'm just getting back into it pretty heavy. Not catching a lot of big bass. I'm catching some decent bass. Nothing to be ashamed of, for sure. So it's got one bearing in there. That was on there. Keeping all my screws and stuff together here. Alright, I think to get to the rest of the bearings, I got to take this side off. So I may not have to do anything. I may have already upgraded this reel. If I did, this video will never see the light of day. These were a cheaper line of Bantam. The Crestfires were not their top of the line. I believe of this group that I have over here, I'll show you in just a second. We'll leave those screws with that cover. This pulls off. No, this one hasn't been upgraded. So it was a good call. So the kit should have that bearing, which is a bushing now, and this. They'll be both upgraded to bearings. So that's what we'll get when we get those in. It turns out I probably didn't need to do a dang thing to this side over here. That's okay. In fact, I'm going to leave this. Was that already out like that? Yeah, I guess it was. There. I'm going to leave that just like that. It's been serviced. Looks great. Everything's in very good condition. So I don't really worry about the drags because I always redo the drags when I rebuild a reel. So I know the drag's good. This Bantam here, this is a Magnum light. This is a really top of the line Shimano for its day. Actually made in Japan. So it's going back a minute or two. It's got 14-pound test on it. I just noticed that. But of this group here, this black Magnum was a really good one. Basically same reel. A little bit different. A little bit different. The palm side's different on it. Then there's this one, P1501, which is also a mess with line, but we're going to upgrade all those. So stay tuned. I'll be back when the parts come in. Oh, it's John. I'm back. Got the bearings in. Oh gosh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. I got the bearings in for these two Crestfires. I'm only going to do one of them on camera for you because you don't need to see me do two. But there's all the bearings. So I'll take one of each, of course. And let's put this thing together. Should be fairly simple, right? Let's test fit them. There's your palm side bearing. Fits real nicely. And here is your drive side bearing. Fits perfect. So I got these from, you'll have to look them up on eBay, HPR bearings. I have done really good with these people. I'm bragging on them. I know every time I brag on somebody, but I'm really happy with their service, and I think you'll be fine with them too. Well, the inner one, and I probably should put some, I know you're not supposed to oil brand new bearings, blah, 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 but, and I normally take the shields off, but I think in this case I'm going to leave them in. Yeah, I think I'll just leave them in. So the small bearing goes in there, and you got to be careful. There's parts going to try to fall off of this thing, but the bigger bearing goes in right up in there. If I can get my big old fingers up in there. No. Let's try it like this. It will go in. Whoops. Didn't mean for that to happen. Hang on. I'll show you where it goes. There. Goes in there like that. Oh my goodness, everything just fell off. Well, that's not good. Where'd that come from? I know where this goes. I know where this goes. But where in the world did that go? Oh, me. Well, John, where did that thing come from? Huh. I remember seeing it when I built the reel. But for the life of me, I don't know where it goes. Where in the world? Okay, well, you know what we do in this case? We take the other one apart. It'll be built the same way. So, a little excitement to the morning here, huh? Keeping my parts separate, of course. I always forget left hand, John. Left hand. Got out and got some fishing done yesterday for about an hour. That's about all I could do, really. And caught a couple. That's always a good thing, right? These weren't the most expensive reels that Shimano made, but they were decent reels with some ball bearings in them. They're really good reels. Well, I never understood it, but they put one ball bearing in, they put it on the handle. The handle on these reels, you really don't, it doesn't spin fast enough to notice whether it's got a ball bearing or not. But that spool, when you're casting, that will definitely tell you if you got ball bearings or not. Don't know. Who knows? It's probably all about money. Now, if I open this up and can't find this, then we're about to go to the schematic. It ain't looking good. Where in the world? Wow. Where would it have gone, folks? And then this one, the stem for the anti-reverse has come out. I don't see it in there anywhere. Wait a minute. No. I do need this pin right here. Put it back in there. I don't know. Don't know where it went. Never a good thing to do that. Pull something apart and you can't find where something went. Well, I want to say they used it as a spacer on one of these screws, but that makes absolutely no freaking sense. Maybe it was over on this side. It just happened. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's on this side. There it is. Okay, we'll keep that in mind, folks. There's a shims on that side. That's probably to keep this spaced away from the spool properly. Well, that freaked me out just a little bit. So we'll just go ahead and put this thing back together before we find something else all messed up. All right, everything looks good. All right, John. I'm just not doing too well today, am I? I think it's one of these isn't lining up. Probably that one. I see what it is. No, that's not. I'm losing my mind, folks. I really am. There it goes. Helps if you line it up. Okay. All right, we'll put the screws back in it. Maybe I shouldn't work on reels early in the morning. Maybe I should wait till I'm awake. I think it's a test. I test myself. I have bearing upgrades for several reels here. I'm going to try to do videos on each one of them. I got bearings in for 4 of the 6 I'm working on. Just snug those screws down. Don't try to over tighten them. You'll regret it. It seems like it's sticking out a little bit far to me. That's the right size. I have a feeling we're going to have a problem with that. But let's try it and see. Yeah, it seems to be centered. I was worried about that. So over here on this side, put a drop of oil down there on the palm plate. This goes, I believe it was locked in like this. We're going to check it out, make sure. That little piece doesn't want to stay. Don't forget this wavy washer goes up on there. I'm going to try to set this thing down just for a second. We'll put just a little dab of grease to hold that in place. And what I'll do here is I'll adjust this mag control all the way to 0. And see, it's wrong. That tells me that this needs to go like this. Then, yes, that's correct. So on this particular model, Shimano, 10 is 0 and 100 is 100. You've got a wood screw looking screw that goes up here to the front, and the machine screws go back here to the back. There's 3 at the back. Don't put them in the wrong place. You'll regret life. It'll strip those nut certs out inside the reel, and she ain't going back together. These are good reels right here. I'm gonna pick up some cheap 2-piece bait casting rods to put in each one of my vehicles. And you know, if somebody steals one of these things out of my vehicle, I ain't out nothing. I'll just get some cheap, you know, medium, fast 6'6" or 6 foot if I can find one, would be perfect 2-piece. And we'll have to break that in, because I can tell you right now that's not very loose. But We'll get it. Takes a few casts sometimes to get everything seated just right on. I had just rebuilt this reel maybe a few months ago. Okay, left-hand thread now. There we go. Okay. Well, it is smoother. There's a hair in there. Look, after I got everything together. For a cheap reel, that's really good. All right. Well, there it is, folks. I'll do the other one off camera. This is John, Binge Fisherman. Thanks for watching. As usual, you know, take a kid fishing, and like and subscribe, and you know, share these videos with people you might need, know that needs them. Maybe they got a reel sitting on the shelf that doesn't work and they want to fix it. I love people to try to fix things themselves. I'm a DIY person. I don't like relying on anybody else to fix something. Sometimes I do, I have to, but if I can do it myself, I'm gonna do it myself. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. By the time this video comes out, I'll probably already have used these a few times. So it's going to be a while. Probably November before these videos come out. It's July now. I'm way ahead of the game. But anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right, this is the Crestfire, and it's on a brand new Shimano rod I picked up at Sportsman's Warehouse for cheap. I've got rods on order for both these Crestfires. I'll put one in each vehicle and just leave it in there. These aren't expensive reels. If they get stolen, I ain't crying over it. Cast good. I've got two of these just alike. But my lure's not working. Oh, I got a swim jig on here. What am I doing? Okay. You work a swim jig a little different than you do a spinner bait, John. We'll go a couple more casts with it. I like these little Bantams. They're just a nice little lightweight vintage bait caster, and they're cheap. You can get them cheap. Nothing real expensive about them. That's with full mag. You can usually pick these reels up off of eBay for less than 30 bucks, and then throw $20 worth of bearings in them and a couple of drag washers. They're just as good as anything new. All right, here we go. Let's backlash it. Oh my gosh, that thing casts so good. Watch this. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. This is the way I like one of them to cast. This is what I like. I like for the lure to be right on the water. That way, if it's a windy day, Like I'm staying about the height I would be on my bass boat if I still had my bass boat. And I'll just roll cat. Well, I didn't do that one too good. Went to the bank, but let's do another one. I would just kind of cast it right on top of the water. I went into some weeds over there. Watch, just a roll cast, and see it's just right over top of the water. So if the wind's blowing, you know, you don't get a lot of backlash like that. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. I did backlash it a little bit. But let's cast that out. This is Suffolk's Tritanium line. It's a really good line. Let's give it just a little more mag. Let's try to cast that out. There, go. Here we go. Got it out. Look at that. Love it. I ordered some Cast King rods. 2 of them are identical. They're 2-piece, which will fit in the truck and the Jeep pretty well. And they're going to stay in there, and I'm going to use them. Like if I want to go after work and go catch a bass or two. Hey, this is John Vince Fisherman. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, take a kid fishing.